Welcome back to part 2 of this Grundig 1005 or 1005 or what they like to call it. Today is mostly on the power adapter, the transformer, and the final restringing. So I'll let you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back next week with something a little bit different, or maybe. I'm working on a big Philips stereo transistor thing at the moment from the mid 1960s. I thought the Philips Swedish one, which I did a couple of weeks ago, would be a good introduction, but it's a totally different radio. So yes, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye. Now this Grundig is fighting me all the way. I've restrung it obviously, and so this only goes up to about here. You probably, I don't know whether you can see the actual pointer, maybe a little bit. So this is where the pointer goes up to, and bring this down. And it only comes down to about 650 or something like that down here. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the travel of the pointer. It's very odd. So I'm going to have to probably restring it again, although it looks right and it is operating correctly, but it's not traveling the whole range, which is pretty disastrous. This time I've moved the controls. They have little slots in them where you can sort of slide these out of the way, and this gives a bit more room in here. So it's very tight down in there. So now everything has arrived at once this morning, or partly this afternoon. So there were the Australia Post Courier brought 3 separate deliveries, and the postie on the bike brought 2. So there was 5 deliveries this morning, and a lot of it has a long lead time of up to 28 weeks. So I still can't complete some of the things that I'm doing. Okay, so this is the power supply for the Grundig. It's a TP12, I think. Yes, no, a TN12. TN12. And the only way I can really get it apart was to pull these sides out and then move the transformer a little bit. It's got these rubber baby bumper things in it, so they're still quite soft. I think they're some sort of plastic. I'm going to replace this capacitor down here, and the only way I could get to it was doing that. This is pretty spiffy, this power supply. It's got a fuse there, 2 fuses there, and the transistor there, and resistor, that bridge rectifier, and I'm not quite sure, these might be thermistors or something. I haven't looked it up on the schematic. I haven't looked at a schematic for this yet. And there's a resistor down in there. But I suspect it's humming because these down here are not particularly fantastic. I'm going to leave the green one in there. Doesn't seem to have leaked, although I'll test that before I put it back together again. We'll do this one first. These are 2000 at 18 volts. Very strange. Yeah, 18 volts. And these ones are 2000 at 25 volts. So we'll see what these are like size wise. Okay, now I couldn't get any axial ones, so I just had to buy the radial ones, and we'll see if we can fit these in. These are Panasonic ones, and they're rated 105 centigrade, so they should last quite a while. And our plus goes to this end with the green capacitor at this end. So left from where I'm viewing it. Yeah, so I'll put a plus on this just so I don't forget. Right, so I think it is this one here. And it's a bit hard to tell. Now that black wire comes down to that one, and this should be the capacitor. Let's see if this will lift out. No, okay. Okay. Set that wire. Okay. Well, that's that black wire. It's the one next to it. So it's going to be this one here, I think. Yep. Yep. It's going to be almost impossible to get the lead down into there. Those two holes, and in the middle. That should be it. Now I must get some sort of holder for that solder thing, because it's not, the one that comes with it is not very satisfactory. Well, that's definitely it. And out. Ooh, yucko. Yeah, that is all burnt around there, and it's leaked out, and it's very bulgy. So I'm glad I replaced this one. It's SK brand, whatever that is. Made in West Germany though. Okay. Now for the fun bit. Putting this. Now what I'll do is, in fact, I'm going to check this one and see what it is. I keep forgetting this newer one has switch on the bottom, 10, at 12 volts. 10 at 12 volts. Now I've got plenty of 10s. So I'll replace that, or I should have plenty of 10s. This is quite confusing. It's got plus 10/12 volts minus. So this is obviously the plus end of it, and this is the minus. But down here, it's got plus 470. So what I'm going to do is see what the value is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a circuit diagram for this power supply. It's taking its sweet time. Huh. It's definitely connected. Must be completely open. So these ones, these are out of a Philips radio, which I'm doing at the same time. This has plus 220/10, so 220 microfarads at 10 volts. And then down here it's got plus 12014, which is the component number. Whereas this one, it's very, I'm not sure whether it's a 470 or a 10. Huh. So there's no other numbers on here. And it's obviously wide open. So what I'll have to do is try and find a circuit diagram for it. or maybe have a look in the other one, although it's pretty buried and you can't see it. Finally found the schematic for this little unit. There's quite a few variations on it, and it is indeed a 470. I don't know why it's got 10/12 on it. Yeah, so I'm going to have to see if I can pull these out. Normally I just chop these off, and because the sticky stuff is pretty hard to get off, but I'll see if I can pull one of these out, which isn't very easy. Didn't clean that very well. Just looking at the back. This tape. There we go. Right. Now, yeah, see all that. I can show you, see what all the tape is on it. Yeah, so this will have to be cleaned off. Now, pretty sure the positive went to the bottom. And so what I'll do is I'll bend this one up and pop this through this hole. Yep. Now I'm going to have to right. So I've got this one around here. Bend that over. Bring this around. As I said, this is going to be very fiddly. And I've had to do a J hook on this one up here. That's because there won't be anything to solder it onto properly. And I'm not fiddling around with this resistor and this wire. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put this transformer back in, get it over there, and where's the rubber bit? So we'll put this in. Actually, no. So we will. Otherwise, that's going to might short out on something. No. Don't want to bend this frame too much. Otherwise it won't go back together properly. It's going to fit in its plastic. There we go. Fit in its plastic case. Yeah, I think I've bent that too much. Now the moment of truth. Got a little switch here too. This one seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to have been moved or used all that much. It's pretty filthy, but fingers crossed. Now, is it going to go bang? 9 volts or 8.977 and 8.981. So success. I'll just try the radio with it. Make sure that switch is well off. And the power is on, it's on FM. Put some volume on it. And we're working. Excellent. Now I'll just go and make a cup of tea while this dissipates its energy, and then I'll put it back into its little case. And yeah, another job well done. So this has all gone back together again successfully. It seems to output the right voltage. And yes, I'm going to give up on this radio for a little while until I have enough patience to finish off the dial cord. Yes, I really don't know quite what's going on with this. I suspect that, where's the old dial cord? Yeah, it's the thickness. I don't know whether you can see that. It's the new one that I'm putting in is quite a bit thicker, so it might be that fouling up on the tuning gang wheel, because it's certainly not fouling up anywhere else, but because there's about 3 turns each direction from out of the wheel, yeah, it could be that. And this one is a little bit different to the one in the circuit diagram, in that both of the cords come out of the same hole. On the other one diagram, there is 2 holes on the opposite side of the idler wheel. So I don't quite understand what they did there. It makes no difference really, but it's just that I can't find a stringing diagram for it. Okay, so I'll continue this in a couple of weeks once I've worked it out, or in a week or so, because everything else is complete. It's working very, very well. Okay, so this one is in circuit leaky, and it's got ESR of 14.6 ohms. No wonder it was humming like a battleship.